The race for the second National League wildcard spot could come down to the Cubs and Giants. Those two teams begin an important four-game series tonight at Wrigley Field. We'll have all the action for you at the top of the hour right here on Comcast Sportsnet. Welcome into Sportsnet Central, presented by Comcast Business. I'm Mark Shanowski. We'll bring you the latest news from Buffalo regarding Patrick Kane. Meanwhile, the White Sox get ready for a date with royalty.
We know they're a good team. They've been tough to play.
Kevin White moves closer to getting on the field at training camp, while D. Rose won't be suiting up for Team USA. Cool off with a fresh edition of Sportsnet Central.
To Sportsnet Central, presented by Comcast Business.
We begin with this developing story involving Blackhawks star Patrick Kane. According to the Buffalo News, Kane is being investigated for sexual assault as the result of an incident that occurred in the suburb of Hamburg, where Kane owns a home this past weekend. The report also states the woman accusing Kane went to a local hospital and tests using a rape kit were performed. At this hour, it's important to point out no charges have been filed against Kane. The Blackhawks issued the following statement saying, quote, "We are aware of the matter and are in the process of gathering information. It would be inappropriate to comment further at this time." And within the last hour, Kane's agent, Pat Brisson, released this statement saying, quote, "As the Blackhawks indicated in their statement, they are gathering information and will be reviewing reports. It would not be appropriate to provide further comment at this time." Comcast Sportsnet will continue to monitor the Kane investigation, and we will bring you updates when available.
Oh my. Pulled to left, and it will be a fair ball. Rizzo scores. Soler will be held by Gary Jones. That's a double for Starlin Castro. Anthony Rizzo, deep to right, it is gone. We're tied, 4-4. Fifth homer his last 7 games.
What a show this guy is putting on. My goodness, is he hot.
Just a half game separates the Giants and Cubs for the final playoff spot in the National League. So obviously a lot riding on the outcome of these next 4 games at Wrigley Field. Luke Stuckmeyer has your press pass for all the pregame news, and he joins us now live from the ballpark. Luke, it's nice to see some games in August that have a lot of meaning in the playoff race.
Well, that is definitely true, Mark. Joe Madden talking this afternoon about just the vibe around the ballpark, saying it's unmatched. Now, let's face it, there hasn't been a series this big at Wrigley Field since probably 2009. The fans are loving it. These young players are certainly enjoying it. And the matchup between these two teams separated by just a half game, there's such a big contrast. You have a team that's won multiple World Series on the other side of the field, and in the Cubs clubhouse, you have a team where the entire infield, including the catcher tonight, will be 25 years old or younger. So a very young Cubs team, but despite that youth, they are very confident going into this 4-game set.
It just drives us, to get better and be better. We're all excited about this series because we are so close, and it's going to test us mentally and physically, and we're pretty excited about this.
Anytime you're getting later in the year and you're in the spot we are standings-wise, and then you get to play another team, especially defending champs and where they're at, and then you get to come home here, the confines. So I think that's what makes it exciting. It's still, I'm not going to say early in the year, but I mean, there's still a long way to go. But anytime you can play a team of this caliber, it's always exciting, regardless of when it is.
It's Thursday's game, and that's it. I mean, there's nothing else you could hope for, wish for, or play for than Thursday's game. I have a hard time with all this other methods. I just can't go there. So play today's game, try to win today's game, and then worry about Fridays. But I just fail to. Everybody always wants to go there, and I think there's 2 threats there. That you do well, that you think that you got it wrapped, and if you do poorly, you think it's over. Neither one's true. So just play today's game.
The The Cubs are ready to do that. They will load up the lefties in this lineup against the Giants in this 4-game set. They'll face all righties. Mike Leake, though, has been scratched from tomorrow's start for the Giants. Vogelsong will go instead, but the Cubs going to go lefty-lefty as much as they can, and those left-handed bats have really been good for the Cubs the last couple of games. Live at Wrigley Field as we get ready for the Cubs and Giants right here on Comcast Sportsnet. Luke Stuckmeyer will send it back to Mark in the studio.
All right, Luke, thanks a lot. We'll talk to you after the game.
Okay.
Time now for our Coldwell Banker home field advantage. Giants outfielder Angel Pagan has done very well during his career at Wrigley Field. Remember, he started his career as a member of the Cubs. He's batting .303 in 96 games at Clark and Addison. 7 homers, 35 runs batted in. Pagan is in the lineup tonight. He'll be batting leadoff against right-hander Jason Hamill. We invite you at home to get interactive with tonight's Twitter question. Is this a make-or-break series for the Cubs' playoff chances? You just heard Joe Madden. He doesn't think so. Use the hashtag CubsTalk when tweeting your response. We'll have some of your answers a little bit later in the show. And now it's time for our Bears training camp coverage brought to you by Apt Electronics. New head coach John Fox decided to raise the stakes a bit at the end of the 7th training camp practice, calling for a full-speed goal line period. Linebacker John Bostic was able to knock down a pass in the corner of the end zone, but the drill ended with former Miami Dolphins running back Daniel Thomas powering his way into the end zone. Fox, as you know, is an old-school coach and a former defensive coordinator for the New York Giants. So he knows there's really only one way to find out just how tough this team is going to be.
I think the guys enjoy it. It's a hard thing to practice unless you walk it through, short yardage or goal lines because it's such a tight play. Just over experience, you just learn it. You're better off just going live. You get to see how guys execute, and you need a little bit of that practice because we don't practice that way all the time. So a little bit toughness, how guys how they are at the point of attack. It's pretty much a grunt play, so it's we enjoy watching it.
Meanwhile, progress continues to come very slowly for top draft pick Kevin White. Bears general manager Ryan Pace told The Score White is expected to begin some light running next week, and the team will be very cautious in how they bring him along. The Bears are still calling the injury a version of shin splints, but there's no hiding the fact White is missing valuable reps by sitting out training camp, and he's very questionable for the start of the regular season. On the other side of the ball, Kip Lewis reports on a second-year linebacker who's turning heads at Bourbonnais.
As an undrafted rookie last year, Christian Jones still managed to start 5 games for the Bears in 2014, and so far in this year's training camp, the former Florida State star has been taking reps with the first unit defense at inside linebacker, and Jones believes this new defensive scheme may suit his talents even better.
Fitting real well so far. I think this new defense kind of goes along with my skill set. It's real versatile. Do a lot of dropping in coverage, covering receivers, and this time we get aggressive and we blitz, and there's some stuff I did in college my last year, so some is kind of familiar.
Despite starting 40 games for the Seminoles, Jones went undrafted out of college, but the 6'3", 248-pounder never let his disappointment derail his desire to play and succeed in the NFL.
I always stay focused, always believed in God, trusting the system, trusting the coaches, and had a lot of support, coming in. Things don't go your way sometimes. You just got to keep moving forward. That's what I did. Every day I came out here, tried to practice hard, tried to get better, and did everything I can, just try to help out the team.
Oh, he is athletic. He does care. He does compete. So if a guy does that, really doesn't matter what round he was in or where he came from, that they're ultra competitive, and to me that's kind of the difference maker, I think, in choosing your team and choosing football players. So, again, I've only had a few practices with him, but he's he's athletic, he's got size, he's got length, and he cares about it.
With the Bears in Bourbonnais, Kip Lewis, Comcast Sportsnet.
All right, Kip, thank you very much. Brandon Marshall's time with the Bears came to an end months ago, but the veteran wide receiver still talking about his relationship with Jay Cutler. Derrick Rose will not be sporting an Olympic gold medal after next summer's games in Brazil. We'll tell you why. And we'll also take you back to Wrigley Field, talk Cubs with USA Today's outstanding baseball writer, Bob Nightingale.
Sportsnet Central, brought to you by Comcast Business. Comcast Business, built for business.
Great time for a shiny floor wax, no? Not if you just put the finishing touches on your latest masterpiece. Timing's important. Comcast Business knows that. That's why you can schedule an installation at a time that works for you, even late at night or on the weekend if that's what you need, because you have enough to worry about. I did not see that coming.
Don't deal with disruptions. Get better internet installed on your schedule. Comcast Business, built for business.
Nice car. Not so nice scratch. Wouldn't it be nice if removing ugly scratches from your car was this easy? Now with new Finish Scratch Doctor, removing surface scratches is easy. In fact, independent laboratory tests have proven Scratch Doctor to be the best scratch remover available. Scratch Doctor with advanced microtechnology also removes paint scrapes, scuffs, haze, and swirl marks. So get Scratch Doctor.
#1 rated Scratch Doctor, available at O'Reilly Auto, Lowe's, Pep Boys, Target, AutoZone, Walmart, and other leading stores.
It's a feeling you only get by being here. See the stars, experience the excitement, and create memories that last a lifetime. As NASCAR's top 16 drivers fight the field as they battle for the championship. Included with your ticket, a special live performance by Brett Eldredge. Buy early and save. Call 888-629-RACE or visit ChicagolandSpeedway.com. Chicagoland Speedway, the chase for the NASCAR Sprint Cup starts here.
Hey, Ralph Punzel.
Oh, hey, Ronnie.
Where are you headed?
Great Clips.
You're getting a haircut?
I checked in already. Using their online check-in.
Online check?
It saves you time.
You're getting a haircut.
Why? Thinking about applying to astronaut school.
That's cool.
Okay, I'll see you, Ronnie.
Next time, save time. Download the online check-in app today. Great Clips. It's gonna be great.
Welcome back. As we predicted earlier this week, Derrick Rose will not attend next week's mandatory Team USA minicamp in Las Vegas. But Bulls All-Star guard Jimmy Butler will be there. He's one of 8 new players added to the pool of candidates for spots on next summer's Olympic team. Now, as for Rose, he is completely healthy. He's working out with his personal trainer in Los Angeles. But apparently, Derrick decided the odds of beating out so many talented point guards on the Team USA roster weren't in his favor. Earlier this week, I asked ESPN 1000's Nick Friedel if Derrick was looking to avoid the potential of embarrassment of getting cut from the team next summer.
Derrick is not the player now that he was a few years ago when he was ready to go to London and play for Team USA in the 2012 game. So there is a touch of that for sure. And when you look at this roster, Chris Paul, Russell Westbrook, Carmelo, LeBron, Steph Curry, the reigning MVP, there are a lot of guys that he would have to go through.
The good news, Derrick not exposing himself to injury playing for Team USA. Well, Brandon Marshall now with the Jets after wearing out his welcome in Chicago, but that doesn't mean he's done talking about his time with the Bears. Marshall's relationship with Jay Cutler started to deteriorate last season. This morning on ESPN's First Take, Marshall tried to explain why things fell apart.
Last year, I just felt like when we're going on 10 years, 9, 10 years in the league, it's time to get it. And I felt like I was the only one in the organization that had the Weibos to hold him accountable. And it didn't go the way I wanted to go, and there's some things I probably take back. The guy is one of the most talented guys out there. He's one of the smartest guys out there. He has everything that he needs to be successful. I don't know if he's been hit too many times, just been beat, because you got to think about it. He's one of the most hit quarterbacks ever, and that can take a toll on you.
I don't think Brandon and Jay will be exchanging Christmas cards anymore. Well, the Cubs and Giants start that important 4-game series at Wrigley Field in a matter of minutes. Theo Epstein and Jed Hoyer made a couple of moves at the trade deadline, but they didn't land any of the big names. Still, Hoyer hasn't ruled out making a waiver deal before playoff rosters have to be set on September 1st.
Certainly we're spending a lot of time every morning going through the waiver wire and making our claims, but a lot depends on who happens to clear. It's really hard when you make a claim and you have 48 hours to make a deal. Those deals don't often happen.
Joining us now live from the ballpark is Bob Nightingale, the national baseball writer for USA Today. Bob, no team has ever made the playoffs with 4 rookies in their everyday starting lineup. What are the Cubs' chances of defying those odds?
I think it's pretty much 50-50. I mean, really, there are 4 teams going for 2 spots now. I mean, you got the Pirates, you know, you got the Cubs, and you got the Giants and Washington Nationals. This is a young man's game. You know, we had the All-Star game. We had 20 guys there that are 25 years or younger. It's a young man's game now.
Well, the Cubs skipper Joe Maddon getting rave reviews for the job he's done with this young team. From your dealings with Joe, what makes him so special?
You know what he does? He makes everybody relax. He did it in Tampa. He always had young teams in Tampa. You know, he'll have the pajama parties, bring in snakes, all kinds of gimmicks, magicians. But everybody's relaxed under Joe. And that's what he's a specialty at, is just getting his teams to play to the ultimate potential. That's what the Cubs are doing.
What is strategy in terms of using his pitching staff and his bullpen? How does he rate there?
Very high. Just people trust him. Even, if the veterans don't want to come out of the game when there's time, he talks to them afterwards, and they understand. Very good master at the bullpen. Of course, now he's going against the best. Bruce Bochy of the Giants. Nobody better at doing his bullpen than Bruce Bochy.
Well, Bob, as you know, the Cubs didn't do a whole lot at the trade deadline, but there were reports that Theo Epstein was very close to pulling off a major deal with San Diego. What's your take on whether the Cubs needed to do more at the deadline?
I thought the Cubs handled it perfectly by getting Dan Herron. Let's be honest now. They're 10 games behind the St. Louis Cardinals. So all you're doing is going for a wild card spot here. So they try to get Tyson Ross. They try to get Craig Kimbrell. Both those guys are under control for 3 or 4 years, and you would have to give up a lot to get them. Obviously, they weren't offering enough, but you see what the Padres did. They hung with both those guys. I thought the Cubs handled it right, and I think next year you can see a different story. You'll see them being very, very aggressive.
Bob, thank you so much for joining us. Should be a very exciting weekend ahead at Wrigley Field.
Thank you.
Bob Nightingale live from the ballpark. Let's check out the latest National League wildcard standings. Pirates currently hold a 3.5-game lead over the Giants. The Cubs just a half game back for the second and final wildcard spot. Washington also in the hunt for the NL East title or possibly a wildcard position. The Nats just won their game today against Arizona, so they are 3 games behind San Francisco. Time to use a timeout here on Sportsnet Central. After going just 2-4 on the just completed homestand, the White Sox get ready to pay a visit to Kansas City, where they'll take on the American League's best team this weekend. And speaking of those Royals, they jumped out to an early lead this afternoon against the Tigers. But as you know in sports, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. Highlights next.
This is a great place to work, not because they have yoga meetings in a juice bar, because they're getting Comcast Business Internet. Comcast Business offers convenient installation appointments that work around your schedule, and it takes about an hour.
Get reliable internet that's up to 5 times faster than DSL from the phone company. Call 800-501-6000 to switch today.
Perks are nice, but the best thing you can give your business is Comcast Business.
Comcast Business, built for business.
It's your choice month at Alpamani Ford. This month, we're out to sell more Ford Fusions and Escapes than ever. So listen to this. Right now, you can drive a 2015 Ford Fusion or Escape for only $169 a month. That's right, $169 a month. And we've got hundreds to choose from. And that's not all. This month, you could save up to $82.50 on a new Ford. It's your choice, but this month only at Alpamani Ford in Melrose Park, 25th and North Avenue.
We all want that wow result on our own projects, that perfect reveal. To get it, all you need is proper prep and the right tools for the job. 3M Adhesive Technology delivers sharp paint lines and clean removal, so you can be confident you'll get great results. No surprises and no rework. Prep your next project with Scotch Blue Painter's Tape and pull off a better paint job.
A rabbit genetically modified and bred with a panther, with turbines attached, on ice, shaved with a... what the...
With the fastest speeds to the most homes, the company that keeps making fast, faster is doing it again. Introducing multi-gig speeds from Xfinity. the future of awesome.
This is the Super Bowl trophy. This football is from the year we lost the Super Bowl. That's what happens when you win the Super Bowl. This is what happens when you lose. This is what you get.
Bears Life with Ryan Mundy, presented by Xfinity, Sunday after Cubs postgame live.
Tonight, the Cubs are back at the friendly confines looking to pick up ground in the wild card race. Don't miss Madden's boys take on another tough test from Wrigley against the Giants. Cubs, Giants, tonight at 7 on CSN.
3-1. Ball 4 in this ball game is over.
Yes, indeed, Hawk. Yesterday's walk-off win helped the White Sox avoid getting swept by the Rays. But now the schedule gets even tougher. Over the next couple of weeks, the Sox will play nothing but contending teams. And for a preview, we send it over to Chuck Garfien and Belton Bill Melton.
All right, the White Sox have a big 3-game series coming up in Kansas City. And if you want one guy on the mound, it's John Danks. He's 9-1 in his career against the Royals. He's the right guy to get this thing started.
Yeah, and you talked about the next couple of weeks are going to be a tough on the schedule for the White Sox, and it certainly is breaking out that way. They had trouble with the Rays down in Tampa. They had trouble with them here. We're going into Kansas City. Here's a ball club that we have very little luck against,
especially in Kansas City.
Especially in Kansas City, but you got the right guy on the mound. Give it a shot. I hope the White Sox continue swinging the bats a lot better than they basically did.
Yes.
And start to score some runs against the Royals, because I think if you do, you can stay away from their bullpen, and that's what you want to do.
All right, so it's Danks, and then it is Samardzija and Jose Quintana. The Sox pitching staff has been struggling lately.
Every one of them. All three of those names you saying other than Quintana have been struggling, so we can no longer sit back and go, well, Kansas City, we're bringing our 3 best or 3 of our good 5, because they all are struggling, every one of them.
All right, the White Sox got a victory against the Rays to salvage a game in that series. KC is going to be a one tough customer Friday here on CSN.
Chuck and Bill, thank you very much. Time for Built for Business, presented by Comcast Business. Guys, we're talking about John Danks. He gets the start tomorrow night. Here's a look at how he's done against first-place teams this season. Very impressive. Over 6 starts, 4-1 with an ERA of 1.85. In 3 of those 6 starts, Danks did not allow a single run. So as Chuck and Bill mentioned, he's the right guy to get the ball tomorrow night. That's tonight's Comcast Business, Built for Business. Speaking of the Royals, they were playing the Tigers in the deciding game of their series at Comerica Park. Victor Martinez going deep. A long shot here, his second home run of the day. Tigers lead grows to 3, and things are looking good. But Kansas City makes a charge in the 7th inning. Runners at the corners with 2 outs for Kendrys Morales. The Royals DH rips an RBI double in left. That caps a 3-run inning. We're all tied. Still deadlocked. Bottom of the 9th. Ian Kinsler at the dish. He gets all of that one into the bullpen. A walk-off blast for Kinsler. The Tigers get the series finale, winning it 8-6. Time to bounce at Comerica Park. Hey, tomorrow night, come out to enjoy some exciting baseball action. Comcast Sportsnet hosts a special viewing party at Mitchell's Tap. You can watch Chicago's Southside team square off against Kansas City and enjoy some ice-cold Miller Lite. That's tomorrow night at 7 p.m. We are coming right back with more Sportsnet Central. Stay with us.
Great time for a shiny floor wax, no? Not if you just put the finishing touches on your latest masterpiece. Timing's important. Comcast Business knows that. That's why you can schedule an installation at a time that works for you, even late at night or on the weekend if that's what you need, because you have enough to worry about. I did not see that coming.
Don't deal with disruptions. Get better internet installed on your schedule. Comcast Business, built for business.
Catch was my therapy growing up. With a ball and glove, my dad and I could work out anything. Today, I have my own kids. Hey, wanna play some catch?
Sure.
And catch is still my therapy.
Good.
All right, give me a fastball here. Whoa. Just 2 people, a ball, and a backyard. And the comfort of home.
Every home has a story. Tell yours at ColdwellBanker.com.
Come on. I thought you measured.
I did measure it. Just take the cushions off.
They are off.
Moving is frustrating, but moving your DirecTV isn't. Simply call before you move, and we'll bundle DirecTV with internet and home phone services for one low price. With this added value, moving has never been more rewarding. The DirecTV Movers Deal. Call and ask about all the benefits today.
At DirecTV, we believe children should have the most advanced learning tools for free. We believe our loyal customers deserve over $1 billion in equipment upgrades. That creating a plan for you to get our latest technology every 2 years is just the beginning. And that providing service from Alaska to Antarctica proves we truly understand global technology. Because we believe there's no place for ordinary when you entertain the extraordinary. Don't just watch TV. DirecTV.
Wherever we drive, we all need the same thing. Great tires at low prices. That's why there's AutoTech. As McHenry County's largest independent tire dealer, we have the low prices you're looking for. Plus, friendly service from your locally owned AutoTech. And now get up to $120 rebate on Goodyear and Dunlop tires. Great tires at low prices. That's AutoTech, where tires are less. For tires, wheels, maintenance, and repair, visit these local Goodyear AutoTech centers today. Huntley, Woodstock, Crystal Lake, and McHenry.
Earlier we asked, is this a make-or-break series for the Cubs' playoff chances against San Francisco? Z. Terry weighs in. Big series, hoping for 3 out of 4. We have good matchups, pitcher versus pitcher. Going to be a great series. Casey adds, this series is going to be the most hyped series this season. Could make or break a team. We thank everyone for taking part. Hey, remember last year it was the Ice Bucket Challenge for ALS? This year, how about the Dog Biscuit Eating Challenge? A Buffalo Reporter challenged head coach Rex Ryan to try one of those tasty treats to help raise awareness for the Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals. And today, the Bills coach accepted the challenge.
Well, here we go. I have no idea on the flavor. Oh, that's terrific. I'm going to get one more, I think. Yeah, that's outstanding. A little dry.
So Bills players have been warned the next time Rex says it's time for a blankety-blank snack, might be a dog biscuit. Thank you so much for watching Sportsnet Central, presented by Comcast Business. Up next, Len and JD have the call of the series opener between the Cubs and Giants. Jason Hamill facing Giants' talented young right-hander Chris Heston. Enjoy your night of Cubs basketball here on Comcast Sportsnet.
Packed house, bottom of the ninth, 2 outs. Well, how about this moment for the kid?
It started with the whisper. People just can't stop talking about Ford. And now during the Ford Summer Sales Event, get the best deals of the summer on Fusion with EcoBoost.
The Fusion is amazing.
Ford is the brand more people buy and buy again. So don't miss the Ford Summer Sales Event. During the Ford Summer Sales Event, get a Fusion with 0% financing for 72 months plus $750 bonus cash and make no payments until fall. Talk about savings.
Heineken Light, the best light beer you've ever tasted, or I'll give you your money back. Not me. I won't. Someone will give you your money. Someone at Heineken, I'm guessing. Is it?
Hurry into the Lowe's Summer Savings Event for great deals, like $5 to $20 off paint and primer, select stain and sealant, and resurfacers. Plus 15% off special order windows and doors. Don't miss out on summer's biggest savings at Lowe's.
What up, peeps? It's Gabe.
And Babe.
And today we're talking about mobile plans the real way.
Why?
I'm at the coffee shop on my Walmart Family Mobile Unlimited plan. It's unlimited talk, text, and data. We could do this all day with 4G LTE speed. Hey, baby! Because we move fast.
You live in the park, buddy?
And at $29.88, it's the lowest price unlimited plan that includes 4G LTE.
It's the real plan
For real people.
with real savings.
Save money. Live better. Walmart.
Not the vast frozen plains or a wall of mountains. Nothing would get between him and what he was after. Some called him obsessed. We call him Mr. Coors. And the pure Rocky Mountain water he hunted down is still used to brew the beer that bears his name. Coors, the banquet beer.
Man, is it good to be back home. The Cubs fresh off a 5-1 road trip, and they will spend the next 19 days here in Chicago. Comcast Sportsnet sponsoring the giveaway tonight. Water bottles to all the fans heading into the ballpark. Again, great night tonight. Giants and Cubs in a battle for the second wild card position at the moment, and the Giants currently lead the Cubs by a half a game for that second spot, and this 7-game season series will be played from now until 3 weeks from now. So a lot of games coming up against the defending champs. And great to have you with us alongside Jim DeShays. I'm Len Casper. We have not seen the Giants since spring training. They do pretty much everything pretty well.
Yeah, they do. A very good offensive club. They hit for a high average. They're batting .295 with runners in scoring position. That's tops in the league. Starting pitching has been solid, if not spectacular. The bullpen has been one of the best in baseball for the last few years now.
And we know about Hunter Pence, Buster Posey, but a couple of guys on the left side of the infield have been huge for them.
Yeah, Brandon Crawford, an all-star this year. He was always thought of as a defensive first shortstop, but obviously having a big year with the bat too. 18 home runs, leads all major league shortstops. Matt Duffy made the club as a utility man out of spring training. Casey McGee failed as a replacement for Pablo Sandoval at third base. Duffy stepped into that spot, and he's having a heck of a year, a contender for NL Rookie of the Year.
Should be a fun weekend. It's the first of a 4-game series. The Cubs again, winners of 6 of 7, had a great road trip, and they'll get comfortable here in the friendly confines against the defending world champions. Cubs baseball next.
It's a golden opportunity to discover the leading-edge connectivity of the Lexus ES. With available technology to help you find just what you're looking for. Come into the Lexus Golden Opportunity Sales Event, where you'll find some of the best offers of the year on our most luxurious models. Lease the 2015 ES350 for $349 a month for 36 months, and we'll make your first month's payment. See your Lexus dealer.
Gerald Kia of North Aurora knows how to put an all-new car buying experience at your fingertips. It's because we understand what you want. You want an award-winning dealer that can deliver excellent customer satisfaction. You want a huge Kia inventory so you can drive home today in the Kia of your choice. And you want the security of a lifetime warranty that you can only get at Gerald Kia. With customer satisfaction, a huge inventory, and a lifetime of service, Gerald Kia has what you want. Gerald Kia of North Aurora at I-88 and Orchard Road is always a better deal. I guarantee it.
First night at our new house. Exciting!
Moving is frustrating, but moving your DirecTV isn't. Simply call before you move and upgrade to a new Genie, our most advanced HD DVR system ever. Now, one box serves your entire home, so you can record 5 shows at once and watch them in every room of your new house. The DirecTV Movers Deal. Call and ask about all the benefits today.
Cubs baseball on Comcast Sportsnet is brought to you in part by your Chicago area and Northwest Indiana Lexus dealer, who invites you to test drive a Lexus today. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois, through it all. AT&T Uverse. Find out what's possible with AT&T. Call 1-800-PIC-ATT, mobilizing your world. Ford. Check out America's freshest lineup at your local Ford store or at localfordstores.com. And by Southwest Airlines. Book your low fare now at southwest.com.
We want to welcome the men and women serving our country around the world watching tonight on the American Forces Network. Beautiful night here in Chicago. Big crowd, great atmosphere. Jason Hamill out to the mound. It'll be rookie Chris Heston for the Giants. Blue skies above. Wind blowing in slightly off the lake. Very comfortable here at Wrigley Field. And As Hamill gets ready, let's check in on the Giants Southwest starting lineup. Second in the National League in runs scored. Former Cub Angel Pagan back in the lineup. Had some knee soreness, missed the last 2 games. Nori Aoki plays left. The rookie Matt Duffy, we mentioned him. He's hot. Hunter Pence, couple of DL stints this year. He's in the cleanup spot. Brandon Belt's at first. Brandon Crawford at short. Ere Adrianza is at second. Joe Panik is on the disabled list currently. Hector Sanchez is in as Buster Posey gets a night off, and the rookie Heston putting together a good year at the plate as well.
Cubs defensively, Chris Coughlin in left this evening. Dexter Fowler center. Jorge Soler in right. Infield, status quo. Brian Castro, Russell Rizzo third to first. The youngster Kyle Schwarber will do the catching. And the Lexus pursuing perfection starting pitcher is the veteran Jason Hamill. 6'6", 225 right-hander, picked up his 6th win last time out against Milwaukee. He's pitched to a 3.13 ERA. He's been tough to hit. League batting just .226 against Jason. 0-3 lifetime against the Giants, but he's not seen a lot of this club. Made a start against them last year when he was with Oakland. That's the only time he's pitched against them since 2011.
Manny Gonzalez is a home plate umpire. Paul Schreiber at first, Field and Culbreth, the crew chief, at second, and Jim Reynolds is over at third.
Should be a fun weekend. Good vibe in the ballpark. Just a half game separate these 2 clubs for the second wild card spot.
Giants 59-48, Cubs 58-48, and we are underway. Ball 1 on the switch hitting Angel Pagan. Hamill coming back, and it's low. So it's August 6th, but my partner's got long sleeves on tonight. And that's okay.
It's very light. It's long sleeve optional tonight. Very comfortable.
Kind of feels like San Francisco weather. 2-1 to Pagan. 73 degrees northeast wind straight in from center at 8 miles an hour. Found back to the net. 2-2. The entire season series will be played here in the month of August. 4 here, and then 3 at the end of the month in San Francisco.
And the Giants in a very beefy part of their schedule. They're up against a lot of really good clubs between now and the first week of September. All winning teams. A group that is collectively 87 games above 500.
So Bruce Bochy putting together a Hall of Fame resume as a manager and a big league catcher. And the Giants have won 3 of the last 5 World Series. Hamill's 3-2. Line to center. Fowler makes a catch on the back pedal. That ball really took off.
Yeah, 1 iron just would not come down. Fowler really had to battle it. That's not an easy play, lined over a center fielder's head like that. Doesn't have a good angle. It's a tough read, but well done.
So 1 loud out. And here's Norichika Aoki, who has the longest active streak without a strikeout. 96 plate appearances without punching out. And he's down in the count 0-1.
Yeah, good top of the order guy. He doesn't walk a whole lot, but he makes so much contact. He's got a .368 on base percentage. And as you mentioned, he rarely strikes out.
Giants have been streaky. 9-13 in April, 21-9 in May, 12-14 in June, 14-10 in July. They've been hot as of late. Winners of 16 of 21. They had an 8-game losing streak in April. They had an 8-game winning streak in May. They've had 5 streaks of at least 5 consecutive losses. They've had the same amount of winning streaks of at least 5 games. So just when Giants fans think they're going to run away with the West, they have a bad week, and just when they think they're not going to make the playoffs, they have a good week.
Yeah, so we talk so much about the peaks and valleys of baseball, and Bruce Bochy well suited to manage a club going through this kind of a season because he's steady as she goes.
There you go. First strikeout in 97 plate appearances for Aoki.
Throw that ball out of play. So some similarities between these two managers. I don't think Bruce Bochy is the quote that Joe Madden is, but a similar approach, very laid back, doesn't get too worked up.
Matt Duffy takes a curveball low and outside. Rookie of the Year candidate, along with Chris Heston, Chris Bryant. A lot of good candidates.
Yeah, for a while there, it seemed like it was a two-man race between Chris Bryant and Jock Peterson of the Dodgers, but those guys have slipped a little bit, and many others have entered the race. It's like the Republican presidential deal. A lot of candidates. Heston has been a big boost for the Giants rotation. You see the damage that Schwarber has done. Obviously limited playing time. Addison Russell just keeps getting better.
Too high, it's 2-2. You mentioned Pablo Sandoval. Giants needed to replace him at third, and they thought it was going to be Casey McGee. Duffy was a utility guy. McGee did not work out. Duffy grabbed the everyday job and has really saved the Giants in that regard. And he's only 24 years old. The 3-2 pitch off the end of the bat just kind of ladled into center. And Duffy's got an 8-game hitting streak, and he's been on base now 19 consecutive games.
Good pitch, fastball, maybe off the plate a little bit, hits it off the end of the bat. Pretty simple approach, just trying to stay through the middle of the diamond.
That keeps the inning alive for Hunter Pence. Missed the first 36 games with a broken left forearm. Suffered on a hit by pitch against the Cubs early in spring training. Corey Black plunked him. It snapped his consecutive games played streak of 383. That had been the longest active streak in baseball. And a line shot home run, big one against the Braves earlier this week in Atlanta. He went down again, missed 30 games with a sore left wrist on a diving catch. So he's missed 66 games on the DL this year. Schwarber can't handle that breaking ball in the dirt. A wild pitch. Duffy now at second.
Spike that breaking ball out, but that's a tough one. That ball bounces that far out in front of home plate.
So I know what Captain Underpants, that's Hunter Pence's nickname. It should be Socks. He shows more socks than any player probably in Major League history. He's got that NFL wide receiver look with the pants actually above the knees.
Yeah, he is a bundle of energy, man. He's like a thoroughbred when they're trying to put him into the gate, and he just doesn't want to go in. He's stomping and pawing at the ground.
In the air to deep right. Soler is back on the warning track, and he's got room to end the inning. 2-out hit. Man left in scoring position. Cubs coming up against Chris Heston.
We invented low fares. Then everyone else pretty much tried to follow. We call it the Southwest effect. But other airlines probably use more colorful language. Low fares. We don't just have them. We invented them. And here we go again. Book for as low as $73 one way now at southwest.com.
Hey neighbor, LED bulbs can last for over 20 years and save hundreds of dollars on your energy bill. So stop by your neighborhood Ace and get a 4-pack of LED bulbs by Fight for only $19.99 after $5 instant savings.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
To win a national championship once is a big deal. Binny's Beverage Depot has won it 3 times as National Retailer of the Year for wine, spirits, and beer. Low prices, a gigantic selection, and super service. If you can't find it at Binny's, it's probably not worth drinking.
This is the Ford F-150, and this changes everything.
Drive a new 2015 Ford F-150, the future of tough, for just $249 a month. See your local Ford dealer today.
If tonight's Cubs leadoff man gets a hit, Binny's Beverage Depot will donate $100 to Make-A-Wish, Illinois. Well, the Cubs have knocked the opposing starting pitcher out before the end of the 6th in each of the last 3 games. They'll try to do that again tonight as we check in on their Southwest starting lineup. Fowler in the leadoff spot as per usual. Schwarber catches, bats second. Chris Coughlin will hit third in front of Anthony Rizzo coming off a great road trip. Chris Bryant moves down to the 5 spot ahead of Soler and Castro. Hamill, the pitcher, hits 8th. Addison Russell, the second baseman, bats 9th.
Who's where for the Giants? Aoki left, Pagan center, Pence right, Duffy, Crawford, Adrianza, Belt third to first. Hector Sanchez gives Buster Posey a night off, and the Lexus starting pitcher for the Giants is the rookie right-hander Chris Heston. 4-pitch mix, a lot of sinkers, a lot of ground balls, very few home runs, just 6 allowed, 130 plus innings of work.
Yeah, he has not given up a home run his last 12 outings. No hitter on his resume. That was at the Mets on June 9th. And he is 5-0 over his last 8 starts.
And a 1.57 ERA in the month of July.
Fowler nearly got hit.
So that fastball, 88 to 91, as I mentioned, a lot of sinkers, but he also will use a curveball, slider, and a change, and he'll use all those pitches.
One-time pitching coach Dave Righetti. Heston's from Palm Bay, Florida. That's in Brevard County. Not, too far from Melbourne, Cape Canaveral, that area. East coast of Florida. 3-2 the count. Line shot's going to hold up for Pagan. So both teams center fielders, switch hitters, leading off the ball game with line outs to the other guy.
Hitting against the pitcher,
Number 12, Kyle Schwarber.
And here's Schwarber, the rookie. Double and a homer last night in Pittsburgh. Second homer in 3 games. Making his 19th start. Heston went to Seminole College and then East Carolina University. And interestingly enough, East Carolina is not located in East Carolina. It's in North Carolina.
That's because East Carolina was never granted statehood.
Oh, that.
They're the Pirates, I believe. And that's going to be the challenge for these left-handed hitters, to not try to pull that two-seamer from Heston. If he has command of that pitch, running it down and away, you're not going to have a whole lot of success trying to pull that pitch.
His teammates call him Hesto Presto. 3-1. By the way, Mike Leake will not make the start tomorrow. Schwarber pops it up. Giants shifting. So long run over by Duffy, and that is behind the dugout.
Kyle Schwarber continues to put the barrel of the bat right in the middle of the baseball. He doubled and then did this last night. It's 5 home runs for him.
Yeah, Leake bothered by a hammy. Look out, line shot foul. So it'll be Ryan Vogel's song tomorrow afternoon instead. Sounds like Leake will just be skipped. We would not see him later this weekend.
They've had to piece it together. They've used 10 different starting pitchers. Tim Lincecum has missed a bunch of time on the DL. Tim Hudson just went on the DL.
Yeah, they got Leake actually to replace Hudson before Hudson officially went to the DL. Schwarber walks, and Leake making 1 start as a Giant and will be skipped tomorrow. So first base runner for the Cubs. And it'll bring up Chris Coghlan.
Well, we talked about the ground ball tendencies for Heston. He's among the league leaders in that department in the National League. 4th highest ground ball rate among NL starters. He's induced the most double plays in the National League. So look for Joe Madden to start some base runners tonight.
It's a strike. Cubs rank 4th in the major leagues in walks. They have the most strikeouts. I think it's fair to say they put the ball in play less than just about anybody else. But going into this year, over the previous 12 years, the Cubs ranked 10th in the National League or worse in walks. 10 of those 12 years. They led the National League in 2008, but that had been an issue. Schwarber takes off a hit and run as Coghlan rolls it foul. So you've got a lineup, JD, that's got some young kids in it, and as they get older, you wouldn't think they would walk less necessarily, so that's a good sign.
Yeah, I think that's been part of the thinking here, is try to develop that, nurture that on-base mentality, not just the payoff and getting the walks, but forcing opposing starting pitchers to throw a lot of pitches.
Tap foul.
A lot of times when you look at the difference between one club and say a team that's near the top of the league in walk rate versus an average club, it's one or two guys. Think back to Cincinnati a couple of years ago with Chu and Votto and all the walks they had. Rizzo draws a ton of walks. Fowler's patient. Montero's patient. Schwarber, I think, will be a guy who's going to walk a lot.
Only night game of the series. Late afternoon starts tomorrow and Saturday, 1:20 on Sunday.
Heston very good at holding base runners. He's got a quick move. There's only been 2 steals against him this year in 6 tries. For a ground ball guy, he certainly knows the value of keeping that man at first base and keeping that double play in order.
Fly ball deep to right. Pence is back right at the wall. He's got it. Schwarber tagged and will hold it first. Looked like Pence had his back right up against the vines as he made the grab. Again, the wind is blowing in. Not very hard, but not going to help a ball like that.
No help. Well struck by Chris Coughlin. Just missed his 12th home run of the year. Good heads-up play there by Schwarber, tagging and at least giving himself a chance to contemplate getting to second base.
Sac fly and the game-tying home run in the ball game last night. Rizzo turns 26 on Saturday.
He has been on quite a roll, Mr. Rizzo. 12 out of 23 on the road trip. That's a .522 average. That right there was his 4th home run of the road trip. Got 5 in his last 7 games.
Go along with 12 RBIs. Schwarber runs. Rizzo just got hit, and that one hurt. Looked like a breaking ball. 22nd time he's been hit.
The ball almost went between his legs. I'm not sure which leg it hit, but sharp, late-breaking slider. Got that front leg. Right on the kneecap.
A 2 on for Chris Bryant. Walking a hit batter here in this opening inning. Well, going along with the walks, I mentioned the strikeouts. The Cubs have fanned more than any team in baseball. Chris Bryant 130 times, most in the National League. But his strikeout to walk ratio is 2.36. That's better than the major league average of 270. Because he takes his walks. I think the hope is over the course of time he maintains his walk rate and that strikeout rate goes down.
Yeah, I think so. Whether it's some mechanical tweaks or just being in the league a little bit longer, getting a better feel for how pitchers are going to try to pitch him. One thing that's a little concerning, it's not so much that he's chasing a lot of pitches out of the strike zone. He's getting beat in the strike zone more than you would like.
It's 3-1 on him.
But I think, you know, a lot of that, any hitter, and then a young hitter, start to struggle a little bit. You start to second guess yourself. You're up there thinking instead of just seeing the ball and reacting.
Well, the other thing is he takes ball 4. That hurts his ability to make contact as he's such an extreme fly ball hitter. He's not a line drive kind of guy who's thinking contact up the middle. He's trying to lift that ball and hit it 800 feet. So they're loaded with 2 outs for Soler. Now Jorge has been a big-time line drive hitter. He has not hit the ball out of the ballpark at a rate that you would expect to see as time goes on. He's slugging under 380. And he takes ball 1. AT&T U-verse multi-view. 2-out rally here in the first.
Yeah, Soler hit 5 home runs with the Cubs last year in 89 at-bats. He has 5 home runs this year in 290 at-bats.
I think there's some instructive stuff between Bryant and Soler. Bryant's been better. There's no question about that. In Soler's case, he has swung too often at pitches out of the strike zone. And when he's put balls in play, he has hit them hard.
Yeah, and the scouting report that we got on Soler was that he was a very disciplined, very mature hitter for a young guy. But until you're playing in the big stadiums with the bright lights and all the pressure, you never really know.
2-0 on the way, is inside, 3-0.
So Heston gave up the line drive to Fowler to start the game. Walked Schwarber. Coghlan almost went deep, and you get the sense that that hard contact, even though they were both for outs, has got him tiptoeing around the strike zone here.
That's a strike. I was kind of blown away that Sanchez set up on the outside corner, but pitch ended up right down the middle. 3-1. Did that ever bother you on a 3-0 catcher not setting up down the middle?
It just depends on what you're trying to do with it. If you think the guy might be swinging, then it makes sense to try to make a pitch.
Gonna go out there again. Pulled into left and a base hit. Schwarber is in. Rizzo will score. It's 2-0 Cubs early. Jorge Soler on a 3-1 offering with a 2-run single.
Yeah, nice to get off to a good start here with this big crowd. Everybody's excited for this series, energized here at Wrigley. They load him up for Soler, and he picks on that 3-1 high fastball and rifles it to left. 2-0 Cubs.
That would be labeled a mistake.
Yeah.
In a hitter's count, right?
Well, yeah, but Sanchez out there already. Now Rigetti, pitching coach, out to talk to Heston. Gives Anthony a chance to run around the bases and loosen up that knee. Heston threw his no-hitter on June 9th in New York against the Mets. He has not allowed more than 3 runs in his start since then, and has only allowed as many as 3 earned runs on 2 different occasions. 3 different occasions, last time out in Texas being one of them. So he's been really good.
Starlin Castro, 2 on, 2 in. First inning problems have been rare for Heston. Castro hitting .300 over his last 8 games. And Heston behind in the count again. Missed badly, 3-0. He only went 4 2/3 on 93 pitches his last time out of Texas. Giants won that game 9-7 in 11 innings. 3-1. Getting a lot of run support this year. His teammates giving him almost 6 runs a game. 3-2. Fastball count, 74-mile-an-hour curveball.
Not a bad idea by Sanchez to call for the breaking pitch. You can't locate the heater.
Runners go with 2 outs, and that ball is poked foul the other way, and there is early action. Yusmeiro Petit is up. Our Xfinity high-speed action. We go back to June 9th in New York against the Mets. The 17th no-hitter in the Giants franchise history, first by a rookie since 1912.
Struck out 11 in that ball game.
And a ground ball to second, picked up by Adrianza, and that will end the inning. But Jorge Soler with a 2-run single, and the Cubs lead 2-0 after 1.
Just tap it.
Busy. It's worn like a badge. Coming in early, staying really late. When did leaving work on time become an act of courage? Sometimes it takes a fearless choice to wake people up. Can a CUV provoke change? You have no idea. Introducing the all-new Hyundai Tucson, the official pace car of living.
Save big during Menards Made in the USA sale. Ideal garage doors are made in Troy, Ohio, and have offered durability and quality for over 50 years. 4-star garage doors feature an insulated raised white steel panel and easy set torsion springs. Right now, an 8x7-foot garage door is just $269, and a 16x7-foot garage door is only $449.
Save big money at Menards.
Welcome back. 2-0 the Cubs lead. Cub fans, let's go. We have hit the stretch run. Come out and enjoy a great series between the Giants and the Cubs. With a possible postseason berth on the line here. Giants are back tomorrow through Sunday. Tickets are still available, so visit Cubs.com. So I referenced earlier this Giant upcoming stretch of games. And the Cubs have this run of home games. They're here for the next 18 days. The Giants got 4 here, and they go home for Astros, Nationals. Then they go to St. Louis and Pittsburgh. Cubs come to San Francisco, then Cardinals, and then at L.A.
Yeah,
I mean,
Yeah, 26 in a row starting tonight for the Giants against playoff contenders. Brandon Belt healthy this year, not so much last year when he was on the DL 3 different times. And he takes a sinker outside, ball 1. Will be followed by Brandon Crawford and A-Ray Adrianza. That caught the outside corner, and it's 1-1.
Good slugging numbers for Belt. 13 home runs. He's also hit 26 doubles. Tied for 5th best in the National League.
Curve strike. 1-2. Hamill making his 21st start of the year. Among the National League leaders and opponents on base and whip and walks per 9. The hit he allowed to Duffy in the first inning was the 100th of the year in his 119th inning. That's a good ratio. Give up fewer hits than innings and you don't walk many. That's the goal.
That's a good whip.
Yeah.
Whip it good. Down and in slider. His win last time out against the Brewers was his first in 8 starts, despite a number of very good outings in that stretch.
Well, he had the little finger blister. He had the hamstring, so just a couple of minor things. He didn't use either as an excuse as he strikes out Belt.
No, he had rain interrupt 1 or 2 of his outings. It's like he is inclined to use the curveball a little bit more here tonight than we see in some of his starts. When you think of Jason, you think fastball, slider. I mean, he does have a curve and a change, but usually about 90% of his pitches are either the heater or the slider.
28-year-old Brandon Crawford, already a career high with 18 home runs, leading all shortstops. Plus defender, very good two-way player, and an all-star for the first time this season. They'll get out of play behind the Cubs bullpen. Crawford, a big grand slam at Pittsburgh in the wild card play-in game last October. 4th inning shot that snapped a 0-0 tie off Edinson Volquez. Giants won that game 8-0. You got the World Series patch on the right sleeve. You see LON. The patch on the other sleeve above the Giants logo. That's in honor of Lon Simmons, the Hall of Fame broadcaster who passed away on April 5th. Three balls, 2 strikes. Lon Simmons, one of the broadcasters who was very influential in Pat Hughes' early life.
Is that right?
Pat grew up in Northern California, listening to Lon Simmons. Lon was 91 when he passed away. We saw him a lot in San Francisco over the years. Very nice guy. Coughlin, foul territory, makes the catch for out number 2. Did you know that Lon Simmons called the infamous Jim Marshall running the ball the wrong way play? 1964.
No.
49ers quarterback Billy Kilmer fumbled the ball and Marshall picked it up, scored a safety for the 49ers instead of a Vikings touchdown. Vikings did win the game, so it became more of a kind of a funny footnote than anything else. 0-2 on Adrianza. He's a switch hitter. Joe Panik, an all-star this year, is on the DL due to a back issue. Tip, strike 3. Hamill goes 1-2-3 in the second after the Cubs gave him the lead in the first.
Mission Impossible is the best movie of the summer with an incredible 93% on Rotten Tomatoes. Oh boy. It's better than Bourne.
Here they come!
Better than Bond.
Are you in?
And now it's the #1 movie in the world. Mission Impossible, rated PG-13, now playing.
What up, peeps? It's Gabe.
And Babe.
And today we're talking about mobile plans the real way.
Why?
I'm at the coffee shop on my Walmart Family Mobile Unlimited plan. It's unlimited talk, text, and data. We could do this all day with 4G LTE speed. Hey, baby! Because we move fast.
You want to go to the park, buddy? And at $29.88, it's the lowest price unlimited plan that includes 4G LTE.
It's the real plan
for real people
with real savings.
Save money. Live better. Walmart.
When a day's work was mining for gold under the frozen ground for 12 straight hours, happy hour had a whole new meaning. And when the men sat down for their banquet, Mr. Coors brought a beer worthy of the occasion, a beer that's still known as the banquet beer.
Show's about to start.
You ready?
It's 5 of us against an army of them. We do what we have to do for our friends.
Mission Impossible, rated PG-13.
There's the Lon Simmons patch. Let's go back to 1964.
Stops, throws, completes it to Kilmer up at the 30-yard line. Kilmer driving for the first down, loses the football. It's picked up by Jim Marshall, who's running the wrong way. Marshall's running the wrong way, and he's running it into the end zone the wrong way. Thinks he scored a touchdown. He has scored a safety. His team.
What a great call.
Yeah, well, check out this guy from the 49ers coming over to. Hey, thanks, man.
Thanks, Jim. Good stuff. Well, the Giants have had a great history when it comes to broadcasters, and we also want to give a shout out to former Cub Mike Krukow, who is not with the Giants on this particular trip. We'll see him in San Francisco as Jason Hamill turns on one in the left. That is his 9th hit this season.
That's the way Kruk used to do it right there.
Yeah.
Kick the leg, drop the head, jog to first.
Now Addison Russell, 21 years old. This is his 90th major league game. Already has over 300 plate appearances under his belt. And in the dirt, ball 1. Those two guys have had some fun calls to make during this great run. John Miller Ford C. Frick winner himself, and Dwayne Kuiper. His only career home run was off Steve Stoney.
Yeah.
And Dwayne reminds him of it every time he sees him. So Dwayne told me today, said there was a game in Pittsburgh. He pinch hit for the pitcher. Had a base hit. Later that inning, the Giants batted around. He came up again later when he went to the official score after the game. He said, "Am I still a pinch hitter?" And the official score said no. He said, "Well, I should be the pitcher then. I should be listed
as the pitcher.
I should get the win." Didn't work. That'll get through. Back-to-back singles, and that'll go right back to the top of the order with Fowler coming up.
Bruce Bochy had his bullpen heating up in the first. We'll see how quickly he reacts here in the second. As Heston struggled with command in the first inning, he's given up a couple of knocks here in the second.
So while this is a wild card battle, the Giants' second spot in the wild card, a half game ahead of the Cubs, they still have their sights on the Dodgers. They're 2 behind LA. At least that was going into today. Dodgers won 10-8 in Philadelphia. So San Francisco 2.5 out. Bunted by Fowler. Foul.
Well, not a bad idea there with all the ground balls this guy gets and the potential for a double play. With Fowler's speed, put a bunt down, maybe get yourself a knock. If not, a good bunt will advance the base runners.
There's a pitch. It's in the dirt.
Fowler from the left side hits a lot of balls on the ground to the right side of the infield. So Belt's playing behind Addison Russell. That's going to give him an opportunity to get a good secondary lead and a good jump and potentially break up a double play.
Cut and the miss. It's 2-2. A lot of deep counts here early.
Yeah, he's made 50 pitches already.
The 3-2 offering, swing and a miss. He struck him out.
Good run on that two-seam fastball, and Fowler is not able to get to it.
Schwarber facing the Giants for the first time in his major league career, although in spring training, his first ever major league spring training plate appearance, he hit a grand slam in Scottsdale off tomorrow's starter Ryan Vogelsong. Sanchez will.
Yeah, Sanchez did like something in that delivery. Sanchez was coming out of his crouch as that pitch was halfway to home plate with an urgent message to his young right-hander. Backdoor breaking ball, and watch how quickly Sanchez Sets course for the mound here. You need to have a little talk.
A grand slam by Schwarber in his spring training debut happened to be on his 22nd birthday back on March 5th. And he drives this one out into very deep right center, way back, and it's gone. A 3-run homer. Nothing here in the second.
Wow. Just the 7th home run allowed by Heston all year, but Kyle Schwarber, he's been getting everybody. This kid has been unbelievable.
3rd homer in his last 4 games. Kept that one below the wind. First homer allowed by Heston in a while. I mentioned he came in having kept the ball in the park each of his last 12 starts. A soft liner to Crawford behind second. And Petit is up for the second straight inning to start the ball game. May 23rd, the last time prior to that Schwarber blast, Heston had been the victim of a home run. Cubs lost last night to snap a 6-game winning streak, but they have jumped all over Chris Heston here tonight. Shallow center, and it gets down in front of Pagan. Rizzo on for the second time. Hit by a pitch in the first. Flair single here in the second. Sure, Bruce Bochy just saw him, but he didn't look too happy, did he? Came down early. It's scooped by Belt on that low throw.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Bruce was reacting to. Maybe the positioning of his infielders.
The pitch blowing outside.
Bryant walked last time. Heston wanted no part of him.
Like Rizzo wanted to run, did not get a good read, so he didn't go. 2-0 on Bryant.
Yeah,
Anthony has stolen 14 bags this year.
I would, if I'm Brandon Hyde, I would tell him, hey, let's just kind of stay right here for now. This guy's having a hard time finding the strike zone. in Milwaukee into scoring position.
Hard, but on the ground right to the shortstop, Crawford. And they will force Rizzo to end the inning. Kyle Schwarber making a loud noise. A 3-run homer, and it's 5-zip Cubs after 2.
I'm gonna crack like nobody's watching and eat like I skipped lunch. Why? Because Red Lobster's Crab Fest is back, and I'm diving into so much crab, so many ways. Like crab lovers dream with luscious snow and king crab legs and rich crab Alfredo. Or this snow crab bake. Who knew crab goes with everything? Whoever put crab on this salmon, that's who. With flavors like these, I'm almost too excited to eat. Hey, I said almost. And now that it's back, get cracking while you still can.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Chicago Cubs and may not be reproduced, or descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Chicago Cubs.
There's no place like home.
Getting home safely is just a click away. But making sure your child is in the right seat is just one of the steps down the road to safer travels.
I don't know how it works.
Find the right seat for your little one's age and size.
We saw what you told us.
There's no better way to get home safely. Know for sure that your child is in the right seat. Get all the facts at safercar.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
What up, peeps? It's Gabe.
And Babe.
And today we're talking about mobile plans the real way.
Why?
I'm at the coffee shop on my Walmart Family Mobile Unlimited plan. It's unlimited talk, text, and data. We could do this all day with 4G LTE speed. Hi, baby. Because we move fast.
You want to go to the park, buddy? And at $29.88, it's the lowest price unlimited plan that includes 4G LTE.
It's the real plan
for real people
with real savings.
Save money. Live better. Walmart.
Welcome back. 5-0 Cubs. Okay, Chicago. The Bears are back on the field in Bourbonnais, and CSN is there for every drill, snap, and roster move. Don't miss daily reports from training camp every night on Sports Talk Live and Sportsnet Central. Stay on top of the latest developments 24/7 at csnchicago.com. Chicago Bears Training Camp 2015 presented by ABT Electronics, Appliances, and more.
Underway here in the Giant third. 2-0 on another switch hitter in their lineup tonight. Hector Sanchez. See Buster Posey back in there tomorrow.
Obviously, you don't want to walk anybody with a 5-run lead, and certainly not guys near the bottom of the order.
So if you're wondering about Miguel Montero, there's Buster Posey. Might be back by Saturday. We're not expecting to see him back tomorrow. And then Joe's got to get creative to keep Kyle Schwarber's bat in the lineup. And a real key guy along those lines is Chris Coghlan and his defensive versatility. 3-2 swing and a miss, strike 3. What I mean by that is if Montero starts behind the plate, you put Schwarber in left to keep Coghlan's bat in the lineup. You may see him spell Soler in right. You may see him at second base. If Joe wants to give Russell a day off, you may see him at third to give Bryant a day off. You might even see him at first base.
Yeah,
that's where Coghlan's.
Yeah.
You know,
he could become Ben Zobrist for Joe, the way Joe used Zobrist in Tampa.
Heston hitting .225.
Now, in the past here, Joe has defended not starting Schwarber in certain games, and the argument was, well, do you ever think he's having the level of success he's having because we're using him the right way? But there's going to come a point where you go, I don't care what the matchup is, we want this guy's bat in the lineup. Yep.
2-2. On a bounce. Castro makes the play. This Sunday, August 9th, the Cubs will duel it out with the Giants at 1:20. The first 5,000 kids get a construction Clark plush bear. And then after the game, the first 1,000 kids 13 and younger with special wristbands will be allowed on the field to run the bases, weather permitting. For more information, visit Cubs.com. Happy birthday goes out to Babe Benich, watching in Hobart, Indiana. Ball deep left. Coughlin took a look back on the warning track. He hauls it in, and Pagan has hit 2 balls hard, but he's 0 for 2, and the Cubs lead 5-0 in the third.
Carly posts,
breaking up with the longest relationship I've ever had. Hashtag sad but true.
Good riddance, Carly.
Hashtag 96 months too long.
Oh, the car. Right. Well, now's the perfect time to head over to the Honda Summer Clearance event. We've got great deals on the Honda Civic, the best-selling car in its class. So ditch that loser. Hey. Still talking about the car.
Hurry in to the Honda Summer Clearance event for a great deal on your new Honda.
Every pitcher has a different routine. Before I pitch, I hit Subway for my go-to. Have for years. Fresh made turkey and cheese on 9-grain wheat with jalapenos, mustard, and a little bit of vinegar, followed by a steady diet of fastballs.
Speak. Listen. Cook. Get a haircut. Run. Walk. Get happy. Get mad.
There are many powerful ways to fight cancer. What will yours be?
Fifth Third Bank will give $150 to Stand Up to Cancer and $150 to you when you open an essential checking account with qualifying activities. Fifth Third Bank, the curious bank.
It's Sunday Funday on Comcast Sportsnet when Chris Bryant and the boys host Buster Posey's Giants for the last time this regular season. Coverage begins at 12:30 with Cubs pregame live presented by Fields Auto. Cubs, Giants, Sunday at 12:30 on CSN.
Been a lot of Giant no-hitters, haven't there, recently? Jonathan Sanchez, 2009. Get used to seeing the Padres. Matt Cain, you were there, 2012, perfect against the Houston Astros. Get back to that in a second. Jorge Soler takes a strike from Chris Heston. There will be no tonight. Tim Lincecum in San Diego. Tim Lincecum against the Padres last year, and then Chris Heston this season.
It's a pretty remarkable run.
Soler gave the Cubs the lead with a 2-run single in the first. Shallow right center and a little bit of a circuitous route, but Adrianza gets there and makes the catch.
In Cain's perfect game, I think he had 16 strikeouts.
The Lincecum twins.
Yeah, and Jonathan Sanchez never really did a whole lot after that. Always battled control problems.
Breaking ball strike.
Heston's no-hitter, as you mentioned, first by a Giant rookie in over 100 years, Jeff Tesreau, September of 1912, and the great Christy Mathewson as a rookie in 1901 against St. Louis.
Bounding ball, Brandon Crawford guns it across. Castro's out. Yeah, like in that era.
The Ox.
Before this ballpark was built, Cubs were over on the west side grounds. Or to be in the west side grounds. I feel like you have to be on grounds, not in, even though that was the name
on
of the
the
ballpark.
grounds. Yeah. You're in the park, you're on the grounds. You're at the stadium or at the yard.
Cubs have never in their 140-year history played in a place called a stadium. 23rd Street Park, Lakefront Park, West Side Park, South Side Park, West Side Grounds, Weigman Park, Cubs Park, Wrigley Field. Well, the monikers this particular building has had.
I like field. I like park. I don't like stadium for baseball.
Although
it's a football, it's more of a.
But Yankee Stadium fits.
Yeah, it does.
Dodger Stadium fits, right? When I think of stadium, I think of bigger.
Yeah.
Right. This is more intimate. Park, field. Then there's the Coliseum.
Yeah, they shouldn't have renamed Yankee Stadium Yankee Coliseum.
Three and two on the pitcher. Hamill in on his fist that time, and he fights it off.
And the last rookie for any club to throw a no-hitter before Heston was Clay Buchholz with Boston in 07. This National Leaguer to do it, Anibal Sanchez with the Marlins in 06.
Hamill breaks his bat as he rolls to Crawford. And that's that. Cubs go down 1-2-3. But it's 5-0 after 3.
DirecTV is at it again with another so-called deal. With a $30 intro rate that jumps to over $100 after just 3 months, then shoots up to almost $200 after a year. The hits just keep on coming. Because you're locked into a 2-year contract that could cost up to $3,500. Don't get blindsided by DirecTV. Switch to an Xfinity X1 Double Play for $89.99 a month and lock in your rate for 2 years. Call 1-800-XFINITY or go online.
Attention, America. Get yourself a free half-gallon of Dole Classic lemonade with any 10-piece meal or larger purchase. Because when you buy this chicken, there's free lemonade for the picking. It's finger-licking good.
Scouting is an important part of baseball, but it's also an important part of shopping. I'm looking for hustle. That's fast enough. Now let's see if you can catch. If you can't find it at Binny's, it's probably not worth drinking.
Get a good look. Because this is the last you'll see of the 2015 Nissans.
Now's your final opportunity this summer to get in on the excitement of our 2015 models during Nissan's Bottom Line Model Year-End event. Choose 0% APR for up to 72 months on Altima or the 2015 Nissan Sentra.
And get a good look at the totally redesigned Maxima.
Shop your local Nissan store and choose Nissan.com. Nissan, innovation that excites.
Visit CSNChicago.com for great deals on your favorite team's merchandise. From jerseys and hats to autographed memorabilia and more. Outfit yourself in your favorite team's gear and visit the fan shop at CSNChicago.com now.
Time now for you to tweet your strongest fan photo. Use hashtag NorthsideDataStrongFan. You just might see yourself later in the game. Brought to you by T-Mobile. I am reminded Jeff Gordon called this place Wrigley Stadium.
Yes, he
We
did.
heard a lot about it in the aftermath. Yeah. Jason Hamill with a big lead as he works here in the fourth. Aoki, Duffy, and Pence.
Doesn't give you a whole lot to look at in terms of a strike zone. 5'9", it's out of that deep crouch.
Big happy birthday wish goes out to Marion Bailey on her 100th birthday from Montgomery, Illinois, watching tonight. Born on August 6th, 1915. You know how I got that note?
I do not.
She tweeted us. No, I'm kidding.
I was going to say, that's very progressive.
She might have a Twitter account.
Good.
You never know. Ground ball right to Castro. Here comes Duffy. He's got the only giant hit. Single back up the middle in the first inning.
It really wasn't all that giant.
No, it wasn't.
Off the end of the bat. August 6, 1915. Another curveball from Hamill.
Actor Joel Murray will conduct the stretch tonight. Looking forward to him. Big Cub fan. Along with all the Murray brothers. Whole Murray family. Ground ball. This time it's Russell.
Dan Herron made his Cub debut in Pittsburgh last night. Gave up a couple of long balls. Defense let him down a little bit. So he worked 5 innings, allowed 4 runs, 3 earned, but probably should have allowed just 2.
Yeah, when he left, the ball game was tied. He'd be the first to tell you he needs to be a little better. And hopefully that'll happen the next time out. Pence takes ball 1. Mentioned no Mike Leake tomorrow. John Lester moves up a day, originally slated to go Saturday, but because of the rain out the other night in Pittsburgh, he'll pitch Friday. Kyle Hendricks will go on Saturday. Jake Arrieta Sunday. Fly ball well hit. Fowler going after it. And he's not going to catch it. It's going to one-hop the wall. And Pence has a double.
Pence can handle that high fastball. He's got a quick bat. He'll chase that slider off the plate if you get ahead of him. But he is explosively strong.
Beard he's got working. He looks like a young Ginger Baker.
It's kind of two-tone, isn't it?
Belt struck out in the second. Runner at second, 2 outs, and a swing and a miss.
The thing about Hunter Pence, he's got one speed. He's all out all the time. He's been that way since he first came into the league. He's never lost that enthusiastic approach.
Did you say Eric Burns like?
Yeah, the old hair on fire.
Yeah. Makes Coffee nervous, right? Are they still doing the Hunter Pence signs?
I don't know.
Or was that just kind of last year?
I think it was a last year thing. I'm sure it's lingering a little bit.
Gentle criticisms, I guess, right? Or essentially, you know, you were kind of ripping on him, but it was nothing. It was kind of a benign.
Yeah, like here they would
critique.
say, you know, Hunter Pence puts ketchup on his hot dogs. That'd be a Chicago criticism.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Fly ball out in the deep left center. Way back. It is gone. An opposite field homer for Brandon Belt. They get the Giants on the board. 5-2 now.
Comfortable lead, a little less so now with 1 swing of the bat. 2 swings of the bat, actually. 2 outs, nobody on. Pence double. Belt with his 14th home run. This team is averaging better than 5 runs per game on the road this year. That's a low fastball lifted out of here. If you look at our Ford home run replay, Belt, like a lot of power guys, like that ball down, especially for left-handed power hitters.
For what it's worth, those were the 208th and 209th 2-out runs this season, the most among all major league teams. They've been good with runners in scoring position. Another ball cranked deep. This time Fowler will make the play on the warning track to get Brandon Crawford. Home run Brandon Belt. 5-2 now.
This is the Ford F-150, and this changes everything.
Drive a new 2015 Ford F-150, the future of tough, for just $249 a month. See your local Ford dealer today.
Heineken Light, the best light beer you've ever tasted, or your money back. With this guarantee, we're literally putting our money where our mouth is. No, we're not literally. I literally wouldn't do that. That's like...
This is so great, date night. And this is such a good movie, too. The end when it's revealed the grandmother did it, it's like, hello. Oh, hey, was that Jordan? Whoa, that's cool.
Now all Hanes underwear is tagless. Go tagless.
Jack Link's Beef Jerky presents Messin' with Sasquatch.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hey! Hey! Looks good, doesn't it?
Go get it. It's yours. Oh, yeah!
Jack Link's Jerky. Feed your wild side.
So Sunday, tune in for an all-new edition of Bears Life as CSN goes one-on-one with Bears strong safety Ryan Mundy. Watch Bears Life with Ryan Mundy, presented by Xfinity, Sunday after Cubs post-game live on Comcast Sportsnet. Just got to do it. Want to welcome all of our viewers watching on Cascade Communications, Cascade, Iowa. Two Cubs lead as Addison Russell takes ball one from Chris Heston. More action in the Giants bullpen. So Jeremy Affeldt. We saw Petit up a couple of times early. And because of that Belt home run, it might kind of change the math a little for Bruce Bochy, right? I think before that, you were thinking, all right, Chris, just find a way to get me into the 6th inning. But now Belt hits the homer, and you feel like you've got a chance to get back into the game. And the leash gets a little shorter for the starter if he struggles here in this 4th inning.
Absolutely. The way his team scores runs, Bruce Bochy feeling like this is now a winnable game.
We've alluded to the idea of knowing how to lose, and it sounds worse than it is. No manager ever tries to lose ball games, but over the course of 162, especially when you're in a stretch, you don't have a ton of off days. The priorities change in terms of I got to save my bullpen tonight, or I'll use everybody I have at my disposal in order to win.
Yeah, managers, will use that bullpen more aggressively when they're protecting leads and when they're down by a bunch. That's why Affeldt was up, just in case the Cubs started to make noise here with this string of left-handed batters. He wanted to be able to react to that.
6 in a row sent down by Heston. Schwarber has walked and homered.
If qualified, Kyle Schwarber would have the 2nd best home run to at-bat ratio in the league behind Bryce Harper. 77 at-bats, 6 home runs now. And boom, here he is, 2-0.
I don't have the exact formula, but somebody asked on Twitter, would he qualify for rookie status next year? The answer would be no. I think it's 45 days before September 1st.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Does that sound right?
I can look that up.
He will definitely pass that threshold. Curve missed outside. It's 3-1. Coughlin on deck. Fly ball the other way. Deep, playable, Aoki. There have been some deep fly balls in this game tonight. A couple have left the arch. Schwarber for the Cubs, Belt for the Giants, 5-2.
Hi, your daddy's getting a Camry?
Yeah, I went in to have a really fun car. He's the best dad ever.
Best timing ever. It's our clearance event.
Here, Dad, it's for the car.
Who's the coolest kid ever?
Truth is, in 10 years, that Toyota will be mine.
At our annual clearance event, get 0% APR financing for 60 months on a bold 2015 Camry. Offer ends September 8th. For great deals on other Toyotas, visit Toyota.com.
You've invested wisely.
Thanks.
Toyota, let's go places.
Gerald Hyundai moves you forward with a full line of the most fuel-efficient, affordable cars on the road. And we make it easy to save big on your favorite models. Get 0% financing for 60 months on all models to qualified buyers. Drive home today in a new Gerald Hyundai. All backed by the Gerald exclusive lifetime warranty. Unlimited time, unlimited miles. There's an exciting drive ahead only at Gerald Hyundai. Gerald Hyundai at I-88 and Orchard Road, or visit GeraldHyundai.com.
At DirecTV, we believe being ranked #1 in customer satisfaction is cause for celebration. We believe being named one of the greenest companies in the world highlights our enduring commitment to the environment. That winning 7 Emmy Awards in technical achievement showcases our innovative spirit. Each day we redefine what DirecTV can be, because we believe there's no place for ordinary when you entertain the extraordinary. Don't just watch TV. DirecTV.
Giants, defending World Series champions. They've made a habit of it here in recent years. The even numbered years. 2010, you see Brian Wilson finishing it off. Romo in 2012 as they sweep the Tigers. And then Madison Bumgarner with the heroics last year in that great series with Kansas City. First Giant championship team for me was all about the starting pitching, but offense a big part of the story the last couple. And Bruce Bochy, likely on his way to the Hall of Fame, has put together one heck of a resume. Long run in San Diego, this great run with the Giants. Born in France, his dad was a military guy.
Yeah, most wins by a foreign-born manager. Past Felipe Alou in 2008. He's #1 among active managers in wins and consecutive years managed. Number 21. And I guess looking at his career, JD, if you hire Bruce Bochy to be your manager, get settled in. He's going to be there a while.
Yeah, well, that's all about the organization. I mean, obviously Bochy is good, but it's organizations that you know, found a guy that they really liked and said, let's just let him do his job.
2 balls and a strike on Adrianza, playing second tonight. 3-1.
He wears well, Bruce Bochy.
Good way to put it.
Rookie eligibility, yeah, it's either 45 days during the 25 roster period of the year, so that's prior to September, excuse me, or 130 at bats. So if you exceed either of those, you lose your rookie eligibility.
Kind of interesting, right? Since 2010, and the Giants winning 3 World Series, but only the 7th best winning percentage during this stretch. So they just keep making the playoffs, and then every year people pick other teams, and then they every other year end up winning.
And that's the thing with the additional wild card now. People talk about it all the time. It's just kind of like college basketball. Get into the tournament and anything can happen.
And we should also give a lot of credit to Brian Sabian, a longtime